If you've been on the internet at all in the past little while, you've probably noticed these little guys popping up pretty much everywhere. Rode made these little wireless mics called the Rode Wireless Go's. Hold one end, you put the other end on your camera, it just transmits and you get wireless clean audio. And then they came out with the Wireless Pros, which is what this is, that include 32-bit float audio recording internally, and you still get the transmitter. Today, I want to find out what's going to be better for recording this kind of video on the internet. A standard classic shotgun mic or this guy. Now, I'm making this video as much for you as I am for myself because I want to figure out what I should be using to record these videos. Now, this is the Rode Videomic Pro Plus, which is a bit of a mouthful. And this mic came out probably like 8 years ago now, maybe even a little bit older than that. I've had this mic for at least 6 years and it has been my workhorse mic. So the highlights of this shotgun mic. First, I want to start by saying, if you're looking for a shotgun mic right now and you're looking for this sort of range of shotgun mic, I wouldn't recommend getting this one anymore just because it's a little bit older, and Rode has a better option, and so does Delaney has some good options like this as well that are a little bit more budget friendly. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, so I'm gonna keep using this one. So the highlights of this mic. It's got a directional cardioid pickup pattern, which means it basically just records what you pointed at, which is really handy for filming vlogging videos and videos like this because I can take a light stand here, and now I can position the shotgun mic right in front of my face. Pelting, freezing rain and snow outside right now, so if you hear noise, that's what that is. Now the wireless Go's actually come with 2 transmitters here. To get a stereo recording here, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the second transmitter, this is connected to the shotgun mic, and now I should be able to record one channel with this, and one channel with this. So some of the features of the shotgun mic, it has a built-in battery which turns off and on with the camera, but the battery allows it to boost the signal of the audio within the mic, which means the camera has to do less work and the audio quality generally turns out better. So you have a 20 decibel audio boost, you have a minus 10 decibel, so you can also lower that volume. You have a 12 decibel safety track, which means you click both the buttons back here and it'll record one channel at 6 to 12, I forget if it's 6 or 12 decibels lower than the other channel, which means if you talk too loud, you can switch to the other channel and you can recover the recording. Now, that is a really nice feature, especially if you're recording straight into your camera, because cameras like this one do not have 32-bit float audio. Now, if you don't know, 32-bit float audio, basically when you capture audio at 32 bits, it's such a high quality with so much information saved that it basically can't peak. Imagine if you could shoot a raw photo, except you never had to change your camera settings because it shot every single exposure in one photo and you could select which one you wanted later. I'm not an audio guy, but that's the best way I can understand it. So again, if you're recording straight into your camera, you're not gonna get that 32-bit float audio. Now, I am right now, even with this shotgun mic, I'm getting 32-bit float audio on both ends because this one is recording internally and this one is recording internally as well. Now, the audio that gets transmitted from these guys into the camera is not 32-bit float because your camera can't technically process that. All right, let's talk some use cases. When would I use this guy versus this guy? The shotgun mic is nice because it's a set it and forget it kind of thing. You put it on top of your camera, and as long as you're close to it, it's going to pick it up. This is great for vlogging because you just point your camera at yourself or you point it at a friend or whatever, and it's gonna pick up the audio from whatever the camera's pointing at, which is really nice. But I've been using this mic for years and there are definitely some downsides to it. 2 big ones come to mind. One, if you're far away from the camera, it's not gonna pick it up. If you set up your camera on a tripod like this and walk away, you're not gonna hear your voice. And when you know these limitations, it's not too hard to work around them, but having the freedom to just move around and go wherever and know that you're still going to be recording is really nice. The second downside to recording specifically in public with this guy is it's really noticeable. I've talked to my photography friends about this, and this is something that we all experience when we're out shooting and vlogging in public, is we all have these big fluffy mics on our cameras. This is a dead cat. This comes off and I can put this guy on top, and that just helps reduce any wind noise, which makes the audio quality better, but this is even bigger and even more noticeable. Especially if you're talking downtown Toronto, there's a lot of areas where you're kind of in a gray area in terms of if you're on public property or not, and there's security guards that will come yell at you and tell you to leave. And that's fine. If someone ever tells you to leave private property, they don't want you shooting on it, just you be nice and you leave. But when people are looking for you to kick you out, a big thing that distinguishes someone filming a professional video versus someone who's just a tourist taking photos on their camera is one of these guys proudly displayed on top of the camera. So having a more discreet option that still records really high quality audio is something that could be really handy. Now let's talk audio quality itself, because yes, these guys record 32-bit float audio. Now I think even though this mic is quite a bit older, you tell me, you can listen to the audio, but I'm pretty sure this one will sound better. And that's because this is a proper full-size shotgun mic and it's positioned in a better place. It's several inches from my mouth right here pointed directly at me. Whereas this mic is kind of down out of the way. It's picking up, if it moves around, it's picking that up. So I think the answer for me is if I have the time to sit down and set up my camera like this and set up my mic, and I know I'm not gonna be moving and I want the best quality possible, this is probably still going to be the best option. But this, talking about convenience, I can get up and I can walk over here and stand in front of this light thingy. This is a lens attachment for a Bowens mount, by the way. I'm gonna make a short about it or something. But look, I'm over here, I still sound the same. This is what I sound like on a shotgun mic right now. If I were to have the shotgun mic recording and I wanted to stand over here for some weird reason and talk to you, this is what it would sound like. I'm raising my voice because I know it's not gonna sound good. And this is where the wireless mic really stands out because the audio follows me. It's gonna sound the same whether I'm back there or whether I'm up here. Now for a con on these guys. Both the Wireless Pros and my shotgun mic are battery powered. This again is where the older technology of the shotgun mic wins out. Rode advertises that each one of these units has 7 hours of battery life, and the case they come in, it's actually got these USB-C plugs built into them, and it's got a battery in here. So this is how you charge them, but the case has a built-in battery of apparently up to 14 more hours of battery life. So theoretically, you could record for 7 hours, put them back in the case, charge them back up again, and do that even one more time after that, which admittedly is pretty good, especially since these units are transmitting and recording all in one, whereas this guy isn't actually doing any of that. But that being said, the battery life of the shotgun mic is advertised at 100 hours, and I can say, having used this mic for a really long time, that's pretty accurate. This mic I charge once every like 3 to 5 months. I never have to worry about it. And when you do charge it, you plug it in via micro USB because it is older, it doesn't use USB-C. But even then you charge it for like half an hour and it's back to 100%. So although the battery life on these things is pretty good, these are still definitely one of those things where it's like, oh, you finished your shoot, you're gonna plug them back in, make sure they're charged up for next time, plug them in overnight. Whereas this guy, I literally never think about it. When you have about 10 hours of battery life left on the shotgun mic, it'll actually turn red. So I never have to really think about it because if I show up at a shoot and during the shoot, the mic goes red, I still can finish the entire shoot and then charge it up and I'm good for another few months. Now let's talk about portability and the compactness of each of these things, because these guys are small on their own, but you need the charging case, you need the cable that plugs the transmitter into the camera, and then you have a second case, this is not the charging case, filled with accessories. You have a charging cable, and then you also get a couple wireless lav mics, so you can plug the lav mic into here, and so it's not just this big thing sitting here, you actually get like a proper lav that you can hide under your shirt. You get some more of these dead cat wind muff things, both for this unit and for the lav mics. You get these little colored tabs, which I guess is maybe to help you keep track of which one is which, but I don't know why I don't need these. And you get a little microfiber cleaning cloth, which again, I don't really know why you would need this, because I mean, you can wipe this off and make them look nice, but realistically, there's no reason why this needs to be fingerprint free. Now, if you want to do a bare bones setup, you don't need all of this stuff. You could just do the charging case and probably stuff the cable that goes into the camera into the charging case, but you're also not going to fit these in here with the little dead cats on them. So you're going to need to bring, if you want to use both mics, 2 of these little dead cats, because in a setting like this, you probably don't need it. But if you're recording outside and there's any amount of noise, you are going to want these little dead cats. Let me give you a little test here. This is the Will Wind Simulator, blowing into the mic with no dead cat, no protection. Now we slide the dead cat on, try again. Now, I haven't listened to that back yet, but I know enough about these dead cats to know that that is a big difference. And if you're bringing the extra dead cats and you're bringing the charging cable and you're bringing the cable for the unit that goes into the camera, you might as well just bring this whole second case, which is what I'm intending on doing if I travel with this, is charging case, accessory case, both of these together go in your camera bag. And realistically, this does not take up a ton of space. But I would argue that the shotgun mic takes up even less space. Let's do a comparison. This is the size of the shotgun mic here. This is the size of the 2 carrying cases. One other great thing about this shotgun mic, about the battery life that I didn't mention before, is that this also runs on AA's if the rechargeable battery dies. So as long as you have a couple AA's sitting in your camera bag, which I always do because a lot of my other devices also take AA's, even if for some reason you're in a crazy situation where your 100 hours of battery life ran out and you didn't have another microphone and you didn't have a charging cable, you can put in a couple AA's and you're gonna get a ton of more recording time out of those. All right, and sound quality. I think this shotgun mic is gonna sound better, but You guys are watching this video right now and I'm not, so you let me know in the comments down below, what do you think sounds better? I'm guessing it's gonna be this, but that's only in perfect optimal scenario where this is right in front of my face and this is clipped on here. As soon as things get a little bit rocky, a little bit further away from the camera, I think the wireless one's gonna sound better. But now here's one more solution that might be the winner, and that's a combination of these two units, which is actually what I'm doing to record both of these right now. These wireless units have a 3.5mm jack built into them, so you can run them as a wireless lav unit up to here, but you can also plug the shotgun mic in, which is what I'm doing here, which means I now have a wireless shotgun mic. I have a stupidly long cable for no reason, but this is coming through the shotgun mic. Look, I can take it and I can just walk away. I could go stand wherever the range is of the wireless transmitter, and the shotgun mic is going to work the same. So this kind of thing would be great if you had a run and gun production where you wanted to boom your audio, but you didn't want to have to run cables to the camera. Like bigger productions will have a sound guy with like a sound bag where he plugs in all his different things and he can route the different audio signals through the transmitters. But if you don't have all of that, if you're running on more of a budget crew, you can turn any boom mic into a wireless system that also records 32-bit flow audio internally by pairing up the both of these. So which one wins? I'm honestly leaning towards the Wireless Pros just for my everyday use because of the convenience. Even if they sound a little bit worse than the shotgun mic, I think this is still the winner because all I have to do is put the transmitter on top of my camera. I don't even have to if I don't want to. I can just record internally and sync it up later. And for a vlog type of video, especially in my office where I might want to film, I want to switch my camera angles up and shoot from different places. And the video I shot recently putting up these prints on my wall is a great example of this. This was before I had these guys. And in that video, I started it with this and then I switched to the Hollyland mics that I have. I used the Hollyland mics for the majority of that video because I was further away from the camera and it was just more convenient to be able to pick up my audio that way. In the end, these mics are for different things. And as a blanket statement, neither one is better than the other. They're just better at different things, which is usually how this kind of stuff pans out. So ultimately it comes down to your situation and what's gonna be better for you. But if you keep watching my videos, you're probably gonna see a lot more of these guys because I think they're just gonna be way more convenient. Well, that's all I got for you. Thank you guys for watching and I will see you in the next one. Wow, I recorded half an hour of footage talking about these little mics. I wonder how long this video is gonna be.